What is good, y'all? Kip up here, and welcome to week 3 and week 4 of the HBA. As I said, I'm your coach, Kip up of the Orlando Magikarp. We are 2-0 before these week 3 and week 4 matches. I'll show you guys these replays, of course. Now, these took place a while back. I had a family emergency and had to just drop everything and leave. I didn't even bring my computer with me, so I couldn't record the replays. But of course, here we are now. I can run through them real quick. So first off, this is our week 3 match. We are playing Hyper and the Marlboro Magnetons. His team consists of Mega Sharpedo, Latios, Tangrowth, Mantine, Porygon Z, Bronzong, Emboar, Golurk, Carbink, Cryogonal, Vikavolt, and Kartana. So you guys know what my team is made up of, or at least I hope you do. If not, I'll drop the draft analysis in the description down below if I remember to. But anyway, I bring, as usual, a more defensive variant of Mega Altaria. I believe I brought special Hyper Voice Flamethrower for the Bronzong for the Kartana. Next up, we do have a I think it was sub Foul Play or sub SD Bisharp. The point of that was basically to abuse any switch-ins he had. So if he brought in something like if he brought in, say, his Tangrowth, I could SD on it, I could knock it off and give it issues. Vikavolt, I could obviously do that. Kartana, I could, if he brought Kartana in as a switch-in, it would come in Sacred Sword, I have a sub up, and of course I would be able to kill it as best I could. Next up, we do have, standard, I believe this was Sash Breloom. It has been a little bit since I last played this. Yet again, we do have Curselax. I believe I brought the Crunch variant again. So Curse, Body Slam, Recycle, and Crunch. We have Flynium Z Crobat, as far as I know, or I think it was Firium Z. I think I brought Firium Z just to hit the Kartana and the Bronzong. Special, just because that was the easiest way to hit everything. And lastly, we do have Scarf Victini. So we'll start this match off. I lead Bisharp as he leads Kartana. Obviously, I don't really want to stay in, so I go into Crobat. He Sacred Swords, predictably. Just wanted to make sure I didn't lose my Bisharp because it did a lot of work in this. I'm able to U-turn my Crobat and go straight on my Breloom, threaten the potential Spore here. He goes out into Tangrowth, which makes a lot of sense. I'm able to SD here. I do not stay in though, as I go into Crobat. He can Poison Jab, but it does pretty much nothing to me. Yet again, he goes Mantine. I'm able to U-turn again, back out into Bisharp. And this time, I hope to set up a substitute. He goes out into Tangrowth as I bring out my sub. So, I'm able to get my leftovers happening. I got my knockoff. I knock off his Rocky Helmet, which would help for later as he Brick Breaks. So, obviously, he was prepared to take on this Bisharp if it became a problem. I'm able to go on to Crobat as he predicts and uses a knockoff. Luckily, I am Z, so I'm able to just roost off the next thing. He brings out his Bronzong. I'm able to go on to Bisharp here. He sets up his rocks. At this point, I'm able to just simply, I believe I get sub up here because I know he's going to go into something again. Get out of sub. I think I foul play? I foul played here. I don't do a lot of damage, but I do Brick Break. He does Brick Break. And I actually misclick here. What happened was that I didn't mean to click foul play. I actually, I think I clicked foul played, clicked cancel, and then tried to switch out. But because my computer was lagging a little bit, I wasn't able to actually make that choice. So I stay in and I immediately regret it. I lose my Bisharp, which did a decent amount of work after Tangrowth was gone. I'm able to go on a Crobat here, goes on a Bronzong, as I'm able to just simply defog here. I'm able to just U-turn out. I go straight on to Altaria because I'm not Z yet. I'm able to take a Toxic or anything he really pulls out. From here, I reveal double defog because I was scared of having issues with rocks. My team was pretty weak to it. I'm able to Flamethrower here. He reveals that he is heat proof because I don't have a good ground type to hit him with. So great decision on his part. Really good decision. I believe that was HP Ice that he throws out, knowing that I probably wouldn't Mega. So he's just able to get rocks up. I'll have to defog. He'll throw off an HP Ice, or I think it might be HP Rock. And I'll just have to keep kind of playing this game, unfortunately. I go on to Breloom as he brings out his rocks. From here, I try to the Swords Dance, maybe break through his team. I Mach Punch. I do semi-decent damage. He's able to P-Jab and do a ton and poison me. So things aren't going too well here. I Mach Punch again as he just gets rid of my Breloom with that move. I can go on to Victini here now. He goes out into his Latios, which is a fair play. I Blue Flare. Do pretty much nothing, which kind of sucks. I had to go on my Lax now. He Psyshocks me. Does pretty decent damage. But it's clear to me now that without Breloom and Bisharp, I just don't have a chance at winning. So I Crunch here. I do a semi-decent amount to Latios. I thought I'd do a lot more. Turns out I don't. I'm able to Recycle here, but unfortunately he can knock it off, so I'll never get my berry back. I Curse up, hopefully just trying to maybe do something. Goes on to his Latios, which is a fair sack as I bring out the Body Slam. From here, he can bring out his PZ and just do a ton of work. He Breakneck Blitzes, gets rid of my Lax, and this is basically game from here on. Crobat can't OHKO it. He goes out into Bronzong. I Fly Z and do pretty much nothing. So, yeah, I feel like losing Bisharp destroyed my chances of winning. Granted, I don't feel like I really had a good chance to win at all. Really? So anyway, he just able to throw off Shadow Balls and able to Roost, but at this point, it's just a matter of stalling me out. His PZ will do a ton. His Kartana kills everything, basically. His Kartana doesn't actually do a ton of work now that I look at it, but Smart Strike will kill the Crobat in the Altaria. Brings out his Rocks. I had to Mega here, or actually I don't Mega here. I Mega at one point. But basically, I say this just to say the game is practically over. This is a stall fest at this point. I'll just start skipping turns. I start roosting, defogging, bring up Victini. He actually ends up agilitying up so he can outspeed everything, and he Hyper Beams and that's the game. So PZ pretty much takes on the rest of my team, even though he has to recharge and I roost. It just ends up not helping. He nasty plots. I can't OHKO, and that was week 3. That's our first loss, a really bad one at that, but really good game to Hyper. Obviously had a fantastic prep. Bronzong gave me a lot of issues when Bisharp was gone. I maintained that I had a chance if I could keep Bisharp, but obviously I couldn't. So yeah, that is week 3. On to week 4, and we are playing my good friend Shay. His team is the Dallas Starmies, and his team is with Celesteela, Thundurus Therian form, Dugtrio, Starmie, Ninetales, Alola, Roserade, Blaziken, Primeape, Drumpa, Audino, and Mega Banette. So I believe I brought just a super weird team. The Victini I brought, I believe, is sub leftovers with Flame Charge, Work Up, and Stored Power. Weird set, I know, but it actually did a ton of work. Like, look at his team and look back at that set. I just brought a standard Bisharp this time, nothing weird, no sub, no nothing. I think I brought a D-Dance variant. It was either D-Dance or a special variant of my Altaria that was actually offensive this time. I was assuming that everybody's seen me use defensive Altaria so much that I actually wanted to use something that was able to hit back this time, so that's what I brought. I brought Specs Hoopa. This is the first time I brought Hoopa. Hoopa was basically just a punch holes through anything not named Audino. Like, nothing really took this thing on, save for maybe the Steela. We have Breloom again. I believe this one's Sub Focus Punch. It's either Sub Focus Punch or the same old Sash set, but looked at his team and realized that the only thing, yet again, that could really take it on well was the Celesteela or a random defensive Roserade. And lastly, we do have Z Crobat again. So starting the match off, I lead with the Bisharp as he leads with his Vegemite. I'm just able to switch out into Hoopa because I did not want to I didn't want to take a Thunderbolt, a Focus Blast, or just anything that would do a lot to my Bisharp. I just wanted to keep it relatively healthy because it takes on a lot of his team. He has no good knockoff switch-in, save for I guess the Primeape. Now that I think about it, my Bisharp was actually pressure with Shed Shell, so I could get the hell out of any Dougie games. So anyway, I'm able to correctly go into my Hoopa, but he actually had the Dark move to hit me with, so that was unfortunate. Anyway, I'm able to bring in my Victini, and I'm able to get my sub up on the Audino. That was the one thing I was hoping he would bring so I could set up on it. I'm able to Flame Charge here. I'm going to get my speed up so I can take on most of his team. I do a decent amount here. At this point, he has to break my sub. I'm able to work up here. He T-bolts, and I'm now able to store power. This really sucks right here. This 1% really sucks because if he didn't get this massive hit off, I won. I literally won the game. I won the game if he did not get that 1% off. So we'll see if that that ruins the game. But that was pretty pivotal because if I got that kill, the game was over by all intents and purposes. So I'm able to get this flame charge up again. So now I'm able to bring out even stronger stored powers. I can flame charge here and do more than half to a Steela, which is great. But he is able to heavy slam and actually get the attack boost. So I know he's now an offensive version. Quadcopter is able to come out, and he brings out the eject button into his Primeape. I'm able to air slash it, do plenty. He can ice punch me and do a decent amount, but it's not able to kill, and I can air slash. So I feel like I'm in a good position now. He goes out into his Audino. I just decide to nasty plot here as he healing wishes. He goes out into the Steela. So I feel really, really good now, and I missed the heat wave. So let me tell you why that was important. He wouldn't get the memento off. That would have actually killed. That would have actually ended the game right there. So he ends up using memento. I know at this point is to set up his Celesteela. I heat wave and I still do a decent amount, but he autotomizes, and I realize this is essentially game right here. So he heavy slams. I stay in my normal form for my Altaria, but he brings out the Steel Z. Yet again, this is important because I had a Fire Blast, and I actually had enough defense to live on a +1 heavy slam in my regular form, but not the corkscrew crash, which really sucks. So I actually would have saved the game then too if I were able to survive. So now he's up to +2 attack. I bring out my Bisharp. I'm trying to play Sucker Punch games. He just superpowers. I don't know who had the bright idea to give Celesteela a superpower. They're at Game Freak or Nintendo or whoever the hell, but that made literally no sense to me. And I lose to the Celesteela. So now we are 2-2. Please check out my my buddies Hyper and Shay, of course, in the description down below. That's where you can check all the coaches. We're now 2-2 in the HBA. Week 5 will come back way sooner than this. I do apologize for not being able to bring these out soon enough. I had a family emergency that just kind of ruined my recording schedule as a whole. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe for more HBA, more lives that I'm going to be bringing soon. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.